Hey everyone, fellow Guardians and Bungie representatives, this is Dirt Merchant LC, and I'm one day overdue to present you with this week's Dirt. One thing I want to mention, to all of you that don't know, the Nova Bomb was buffed by 50% and an additional 50 against AI combatants, and the Golden Gun was also buffed by 50%. And I'm going to express how I feel about this issue as a defender as calmly and plainly as I can.
Why?
Now, most of the gunslingers out there like to use the two-shot pop, one-shot kill tactic, and the ones that would get bold would go inside, and it would take 2 shots to kill the defender if he had Armor of Light on. Note, this is before the April update. After the April update, as you can see here, my bubble was just slightly nicked by a Stormcaller. The Golden Gun has enough damage to one-shot it, and I feel that that is a bit unfair. Also, while we're on the subject of one-shotting, here's an example of a gunslinger. Note he is not wearing a Celestial Nighthawk. He activates, and he one-shots me. And that is definitely not okay in my opinion. Moving on to Shatter, what I have a problem with is that first of all, in Crucible, there was no counter to this. It was pretty much a guaranteed kill if you wanted to kill a Titan in his bubble. It's better than a Fist of Havoc, and it's better than Lance, and better than Vortex, because with those super attachments or super abilities, you'd have to be on the same side of the bubble as the Titan to kill him. So if you were the Titan, as long as you're on the opposite side of the blast, like if he detonated outside and you were inside, for example, you'd be fine. However, after the April update, especially with the 50% damage buff, there is no counter to this unless they completely straight up miss all 3 pellets. If they're anywhere near you, like that, you'll just die, and once again, there's no possible counter to it. And I feel that is a little bit ridiculous. In this example, none of them, I'd say, landed anywhere near me, and yet I was still annihilated by that. So, also on top of that, they say they like to claim that landfall was fixed so it wouldn't instantly pop the bubble, as you saw there. I still see it being a problem. However, it's not really a huge problem as the Nova Bomb with Shatter is. It seems a little bit odd that there's no counter to it. I mean, like I said, the Golden Gun takes 2 shots to destroy the bubble. You have time to run away or throw a suppressor around a corner or something. Fist of Havoc, they have to be on the same side as you to kill you. Nova Bomb with Vortex or Nova Bomb with Lance, they either have to come in and Nova Bomb, or they have to get you while you're outside your bubble to kill you. But like I said, with Shatter, it doesn't matter. If you're in your bubble, you'll die. And if you try running away, you'll be out of your bubble and you'll die. So the fact that Nova Bomb deploys 3 of them, and if any one of the 3 hit, it breaks the bubble, and then you have 2 left over to get the job done every single time, I'd say that is a bit unreasonable. So I would like to see maybe, I'm not really much of a programmer, but I'd think that you'd be able to do something like, if the Nova Bomb projectile hits the Ward of Dawn is true, then the damage gets multiplied by 0.6 or something like that, or 0.5. That way it would take 2 of the pellets to hit, and they would have to land all 3 pellets relatively near each other to kill the defender, because that way the Warlocks would still be able to get their kill with that attachment on, which makes that attachment worth it, and defenders don't get slaughtered all the time left, right, and center by that perk, because there's nothing you can do about it as a defender as of now. And like I said, the 50% damage buff didn't help our case here in the Crucible. And I can totally understand why Warlocks needed the buff in PvE, because I know they weren't really favored as far as the Nova Bomb goes. But I feel that a PvP buff for that is a little bit unreasonable. I don't really recall hearing anyone complain that the Nova Bomb wasn't strong enough in PvP. Once again, with the Golden Gun, I feel that, yeah, it was kind of a problem with Sunbreakers not being one-shot, but I feel that 50% is a bit excessive. They should not have the advantage on both sides of the bubble. They should have the advantage outside at a range, like kind of how their super's built, is to take people out at a range. They can pop the bubble in 2 shots and then kill the Titan from across the map. That would be great. That's how it should be balanced. And then if they chose to go inside the bubble, the Titan in his bubble should have the advantage because it's a close quarter super, and it should take an extra shot for the gunslinger to fire to kill him. It should take 2 shots. Now, the Golden Gun just will 1-shots, and I just don't believe that that's the right case. A Golden Gun should not one-shot a Titan with Armor of Light. So with that said, I just recognize a problem here, and I think, yeah, the damage buff on the Golden Gun in PvP needs to be looked at, and I think Nova Bomb damage buff, that, or all of that stuff over there needs to be looked at, especially on top of the fact that, Shatter is a very common perk to run in Crucible. So, that's all I have to say now. Sorry this is a bit more of a ranty video. I kind of made this one in a little bit of a hurry, but that is this week's Dirt. I'll see you next week.